Are we on time? Well, reasonably speaking, we are. Would have been completely on time if I hadn't, sat down and stopped doing things for a second because I was tired. I had to call it back for you, didn't it? Yes, it did. It did indeed. Got it. Time to play games. Well, at least for a short while, because for some reason I find myself being, well, not just a bit tired, but actually tired as fuck. It's a rare thing. Then, welcome. Welcome back to more. I know, I haven't been here in a while, and I need to remember what I was doing. And I remembered I was collecting children. Which, surprisingly not nearly as easy as I would like. To be completely fair and honest with you. But we need to produce bread for this nice little quest we got, so it should be the goal for the moment, producing some bread. Shouldn't really be that difficult, all things considered. Especially because we have rain nonsense on this island, so we can potentially just do it on this island. All nice and snazzy and easily. That's how my hope goes. Yeah, right, I can't do this. But seriously, I don't actually know what's wrong, but for some reason I find myself being amazingly tired. Which is, all things considered, rather rare. Oops. I mean, that does happen sometimes, yes. Just like any other person, I have better days and not so good days, and some days are just like a burp. Okay, game, are you kidding me? That's just dumb. I was like, yeah, let me be stupid. Let me be really stupid. Okay, 2 of those, and then I would need stone. Now, I don't really have stone left. I do remember having a ship somewhere. Is that my flagship? Is that my flagship? Oh, it's not my flagship, but it is one of my shippies. Oh yeah, we also have the Great Cider Crisis of 1400s. Yeah, Scratch Cider Crisis. Cider is running out like a bitch. I can't really do much about it because my island is, well, chock full and busy with other things that are not cider related. And when I do try to do something about it, it has proven so far to be rather, difficult. Pretty mildly. Ah, well. But yeah, thanks to the fact that I am indeed very much so tired, indeed, I shall make this to be a bit of a short one today. I apologize, I kind of planned for this, but there's good news. Because there's not just bad news, there's actually good news. There is a holiday upcoming around here. So if that, works out, and I don't think we have anything at the store that we need to do.
You have more buildings available.
Immediately. That would also mean that we can actually, for once, just sit down and play games without actually, having to go through the horribleness. Going to the store and dealing with no more, ever more nonsense. I'll say that is a rather pleasant idea. Weaponsmithy requires iron, produces weapons. Making that would probably be a good idea in the long run. City walls, watchtowers, gatehouse, monastery garden. Herb fields require adequate fertility. Like the one we can have here. He was like, yes, indeed. Now I can already imagine what I'm supposed to be doing with my herbs. Oh, it's a money thing, isn't it? Yeah, a money thing. Just a bit of a money thing. We also would like to have a brewery because, well, of course. What are you going to do with that? You're going to produce, I don't know. How about beer? Sounds like a rather pleasant idea. Now then, you are getting all things. Probably stop that. No, that was not what I wanted to do. And instead we should load bread. And then we should unload the bread. Basically, we are trying to use this island as a bit of a delivery thing for us. And since, well, we do have iron ore, we're not really producing an overabundance of iron
You have achieved a new city status.
yet. But we will deal with this. We will deal with this in time indeed. I think most of the iron gets immediately turned into tools. And I think I will actually let that run. But we should potentially actually produce an overabundance of iron. Because we have like 3 mines going. Yeah, we have 3 mines going. I probably can't because... It's still upgrade this. Well, I could if I had the glass for it, but, well, you know, I don't.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Well, yeah, game. I can see as much. Might be surprising to hear, but I'm not yet completely blind. I'm getting there. I'm getting up in age every bloody fucking time. Which reminds me of the very sad, horrible fate that awaits me this year again, which is my birthday.
Life in this town is wonderful.
Things have changed so much. There was a time when I was like, yay, birthday, I get gifts. Nowadays it's like, birthday, I need to throw a party and invite people, don't I? Bitches drink more than I, which is, well, fun and dandy in a way. Oh, I mean, I might be bitching a lot, but you know, that's kind of how it goes when you go older. Yeah, sure, take the bread.
Fresh, these children are totally emaciated.
Fuck's sake, person, could you stop asking for the impossible all the time? And he's sitting there like, no, I will not. But at least one weaponsmithy. What else do I have in quests? Build a weaponsmithy. I mean, yes, we probably can. And we do have an abundance of iron around here, if memory serves. We do. Which would make it a rather easy task to complete, I suppose. If we had the money, that is. But yes. As you probably have figured at this point, since I'm really surprisingly tired, I'm not too sure if I mentioned it, but we're playing Anno 1404 again. I mean, if it wasn't obvious before, let it be obvious now, I suppose. Are you happy now? But you that's a weaponsmithy.
Thank heavens. Now we have a much better...
Yeah. I'm sure weapons are going to make us better, stronger, all of the good things. Although, to be fair, not to diss poor weapon industry overly much. Yeah, though times have changed. It was once a saying, quite a well-known one, that in a way, war is just an extension of policies. And by that idea, having an, you know, a bit of diplomacy going on is probably going to go a lot easier from a position of pure strength than from a position of I can't even defend myself. Much to be honest, a job that for at least most of the Western world, the good old Amerikanskis have done rather well for us, don't they? You can't really argue with that. They do make for a nice and rather strong protection against nonsense. Yeah, right. Actually use that. Although we are producing herbs, which is good, but herbs are useless, and also those are not herbs. Let me tell you, that's not herbs, that's... I would need some wheat, though. Well, probably need to produce a bit more wheat, then. Can probably get away with doing it like this, can't I? And not the nicest looking thing I've ever built, but I guess it's going to work. Now we can build brewery and a brewery. Because if there's one thing that I absolutely wanted to achieve, because I remember that the Trojans had it at some point, is of course producing beer, my own beer. Not surprising, because you know it's a bit of a German thing. Just a tiny bit of a burning passion for beer. First glassworks requires trees, produces potash. Requires potash and quartz, produces less. Must be built on brine deposit, produces brine. Satisfies the need for page. So it works. So many more things to do. Pig farms, tannery to make that. Salt and animals. Jesus Christ. I had forgotten just how much there's also this island. Well, it might seem big. It's not big enough. It's really not big enough. And I also just realized my music is not playing. Why is my music not playing? Well, some questions are better left. But, I mean, to be fair, I'm imagining at the very least that most of my tightness comes from the rather rapidly changing weather these days. I don't know, the older I have been getting, the worse it has been for me personally.
Must congratulate you. Life in this town is wonderful.
And the more, whenever the weather decides to change around like a bitch, I find myself feeling that. And, well, for the last few, well, not even just summer, but starting basically from the spring on, we have some very quick changing weather, let's just say. I don't mean fucking quick changing, mind you. Like, you know, changes of 10 degree in the good old Celsius system, plus and minus, are actually not rare any longer. That fucks with you. I do have a distinct feeling that we will need another boat, because I think one boat is not going to be able to satisfy our need.
Production has been disrupted.
That means we're gonna have to wait a second until this is ended. I think I will actually fire up my little pipe. But yeah. As I said, there is that's actually beautiful. Now usually when I say holiday, most people assume, yeah, it's a free day. Technically speaking it is. But well, if you are self-employed by having your own little store, what you usually use these days for is all the stuff you can't really do while customers are around. You can either do this on you know, random Sundays, but usually you do want to have at least a day off. So I usually use that too.
Ship ready.
For work-related things, but well, that's another matter altogether.
Production has been disrupted.
Okay, let's see. What actually are we producing up here? What do we want to export? Basically basic bit resources. Okay, why is cider still in there? Doesn't even make sense. Because we can't actually do anything about it. Oh, hello there. It's Kronos.
Production has been disrupted.
How are you on this finest of days? Well, oh well, the most tired of days. Load that. Unload the beer, because, well, my people need beer. Anyone surprised that the German would prioritize
One
the
of your
beer?
plants has stopped producing
Oh,
goods.
okay. Good. Very good. Wolfshaven. What else could we potentially load up here? Probably actually more bread. More stone. More tools? No fish. Good. Decided to see what the Montana chapter of the Brotherhood's like. Have formed the Sisters of Steel. Okay. That came out of nowhere. Randomly like, okay, well, we're sisters now. How did this happen? I definitely need to spend a bit more time with that mod, I can tell you that much. But that will not be today, sadly, because I'm tired as fuck. So mischievous reason, actually. There's no good reason for me to be this tired. I'm sure, you know, I left the house early. Came back home at 7 and I was like, meh. Ice, wonderful. My eyes, I put it close. Bloop. Now, I'm pretty sure I can just let this sit and let my dear little shippies do their little ship thing. So my hope. Hi, the in-game music is very loud compared to you. That should not be the case, because there's actually not that much in the way of music. I mean, there's my music, but that's very quiet. Strange. Yeah, it's very strange. Well, to be fair, it's also probably because I'm getting more and more tired because I'm sleepy. And let's see if we can play around with this a bit more. Yeah, not very much, honestly. Shit, just clicked. You did it again. You, my friend, have a talent. A rare talent. Well, it would have surprised me, but then again, you know, since I'm tired, it could be that I'd actually accidentally touch the wrong button and change some settings and it goes like bloop. That could happen. I'm not going to deny the possibility. Which also means that usually when I'm tired, I do not try to touch anything because I can see shit happening. One children from the Caravanserai. Where the fuck is that supposed to be? Well, I don't know.
Congratulate you. Life in this town is wonderful.
Look at that guy. He's happy. Why is he happy? Because he's getting beer. And honestly, if I would be living on an island, and there wouldn't be any beer on my island, I would be spending every waking moment at the harbor just waiting for my beer to come. We're like, counting the hours. People would probably write whole poems about the lonely man at the harbor waiting for his probably long-lost love. And nobody would suspect me just sitting there going like, where's my beer? It would actually be surprising if you look at some of the more romantic poems where it's like, yes, he's waited endlessly for his long-lost love, or, well, you know, whom doing the same. Or they're just sitting there like going like, damn, I wait for a fucking crate of sherry or something and it just won't come. What do you mean, infertile desert? Are you kidding me? I built you up just recently, you bitch thing. I hate that system. At least, you know, at least, if you have a system where things need to be refilled, like this one, where I need to refill the water, don't ask me how that works in practicality. Let me automate this. Just give me an, you know, right-click to automate button where it refills automatically as long as I have the gold. That's actually one of the things I mean, because, you know, the Anno games, they're great. But they're one of those series that actually got better with time because a lot more of the basic bitch processes can just be automated, which makes things a lot easier. A lot more, durable, let's say, yes. Now, for some reason, I still feel like I'm missing, well, basically a child. So basically, the browser received found dogs pointing to a bunker in Montana. Let's check it out, right? Can't remember that, yeah. Well, Paladin disagreed and she stole the dogs and off she fucked, which is treason, right? Basically, the story so far is like this. Let's try to remember. The church, unsurprisingly, kidnapped some children because, well, it's the church, what were you expecting from them? And we're trying to get them back. Well, I mean, technically speaking, as long as you have the required parts, you can get children. It's actually not that hard to get them. To be fair, a lot harder to get rid of them, because that usually takes at least 18 years. And even then, it's not like you will actually get rid of them, but... There is flotsam there. Maybe I have randomly dropped some children in the ocean somewhere? I mean, I wouldn't put it behind, above me, honestly. I know, that actually sounds like me being like, what's this quest item in my inventory? Yeah, I'm sure it's not important. Splop, throws it overboard. Never looks back. 80 years abortion, or just to pill the night after. Well, that depends on what you would define as a child. Personally, I would say that, you know, after a nice little night of action, you probably would not be anywhere close to having a child. Does take a bit more. If you're going that route, then a condom is probably the even better option. I just need a fucking pill for that. And it's the sort of statement people that never had children do take. And then you have one of those little fuckers and you have to like, well, shit, now I have to deal with it. Could be worse. Still wondering though. It feels like the game is telling me, rather obviously, that I'm missing something, namely my things. My children. Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, not my children, but I'm the good guy in this story. Do you know I'm the good guy? Because I'm trying to get the children back from the church. And I'm sure I can't treat them worse than the church does. Hopefully. Maybe. Potentially. I mean, I might have potentially thrown a few of them overboard at some point, but you can't hold it against me.
I don't often receive visitors from the Occident.
Visitors from the Occident.
Production has been disrupted.
That's actually interesting. It's in the storage space. Yes, but such mistakes are usually, you know, under the law considered a crime. It will usually get you with a lot of fun time with big burly men trying to do horrible things to your rear side. It's kinda not a good option, honestly. I would probably try to stay away from that.
Been disrupted.
Yes, mostly because we're full. Generally speaking, there are many things you shouldn't do it to a pregnant woman, but then again, there are many things a pregnant woman will do to you. Because they're pregnant, they're full of hormones, and they do horrible, funny things. Not so much for the poor people around them, though. We send a platoon to get her, which is understandable because treason is treason. Something else started wrong. You need to know the Sisters of Steel are militarizing Montana. Well, that escalated quickly. No problem. I know you are quite busy in that regard. Don't worry about it, little Kronos. I have a lot of understanding for that. Quite a lot, honestly. Yeah. Actually, I was just mentioning this, but there is actually something like a holiday this nice little week. And since I haven't heard anything from my partner, so there will not be any great cleanup action at the store for once, which would actually mean that I would have some time to actually indulge in some playing. And in this case, I would probably look a bit more into that mod. There seems to be a lot of interesting shit going on. I would like to know. Hey, have I somewhere stored some I somehow stored some... Yes, I have stored some fucking children. Why am I... such an idiot. Well, on Thursday there is a holiday.
Production has been disrupted.
If I'm right, actually. Since I usually don't have much of actual holidays, let me actually look that up before I'm wrong. Indeed. It is. Frohen Leichnam. Happy Cadaver. We can actually try that. I will, before I make any absolute promise, I will talk to my partner and see if he actually has anything planned on Thursday. But even if he has planned anything for the store, cleaning wise, that shouldn't be happening in the early morning hours. So I could probably stay up at least a bit later, and so we can probably get, or at least a good 2-3 hours more of playtime. Probably. I will talk with him tomorrow about it, and then I will actually send you a nice little mattress so we can plan this out a bit in greater detail and better detail. Now then, kidnap more children again. Don't throw them overboard. Bring them back. Yes, I'm sure assisting you in your little addiction. Kind of actually forgot that's a thing. Frohen Leichnam, indeed. Useful. You see, there's one good reason why I would like religion to stay around and be strong. Because that means you get cool little
Game
holidays.
saved.
I mean, isn't that a pretty thing? Actually, as far as that is concerned, every religion is welcome as long as they bring their own holidays and let me celebrate them. Yeah, I say, and then I would cry a lot because all of those are days that I don't make any money with the store. Because the store's closed. That double entendre always hits me hard. Well, I mean, we do have some, but if you look at the list, I'm just looking at the list here, starting with Easter and all of the shit that's to that, then Pfingsten, then Heiligen, then, you know, Christmas. There is quite literally an assload of days that I get to, you know, do my things. Thanks to the great power of religion. I'll take it. No questions asked.
The first thing is to give the children a decent meal. I have been observing your actions for some time now, and I have come
Never Friday is a holiday. Yes, if you don't have to work on Saturday, then maybe, but in my world, that ain't the case. But yes, as I said, it's a bit of a double-edged sword if you actually run the store, because, well, yeah, it's a holiday, it's nice, you have a day off, great, but on the other side, it also means you don't have any money-making going on in your store. Sounds like a bit of a double bitch. Ah, such a pain, such a pain, such a pain. Alas, I'll take it.
Disrupted.
It usually does mean that the people will buy a bit more before and after, so kinda compensates itself. Somewhat. We still lose out some money though. I can tell you that because I have the numbers. Actually, I have the numbers right in front of me on the other screen. Why you wonder? Because I haven't set up in any way.
You are not like those other foreigners who have recently been causing...
You've
Yeah.
come to trade.
Yes.
Oh,
Where else do you want me to go? Down there, okay. Yes, that's the reason why pyramid schemes are illegal though.
You are not like those other foreigners who have recently been causing...
Because a
havoc in
pyramid
the
scheme
Sultan's empire.
ultimately results in that only a
have
few people
therefore
at the top
decided
actually
to
make
join
money off of, and everybody else is going to get screwed. It's not really a fair business practice, and it would go very much against my business practices. I kind of would like to stay away from that. Also would like to not get, you know,
Hassan
nabbed.
Ben Said and his corsairs turned up here recently.
Mm-hmm.
I
So they're
expect
pirates.
they're involved in this kidnapping business.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, one of their ships is anchored out of sight in a bay. It seems I may have been rather hasty.
To the mine manager of blah blah blah, blah 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 blah.
Letter from the Grand Vizier.
Yes.
The Grand Vizier commands me to provide you with all the assistance you need.
Hmm.
You,
Yes.
foreigners from the Occident, by Allah.
By Allah.
I'll follow the Grand Vizier's orders. However, I will require the suitable recompense.
To the
Only
spices.
then
Yeah,
will
sure.
I release the children.
That is actually slave trading, isn't it? I'm buying the children from him. He uses the children as slave labor. I'm buying slaves from this guy. I should be arming my ships. I should do a British here. Be like, well, slave trade is shit. Let's actually stop it. Then basically pay for that until the late 2010s to, you know, get back all the money you spent on that. Well, yeah. It really doesn't matter how you say God, because, well, it's still going to be pretty much the same. Or pretty much the same meaning. If you sold it, somebody's going to get pissed. Luckily for me, I'm not too much into religion. But hey, don't tell that certain part of my family. They could take that the wrong way. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Now, time to indulge in some slave trading. Even worse, I'm slave trading children. I actually feel bad for myself. And the children. Let's load 20 of those, and let's load 20 tools, and then give back to him and buy my children back. I should quite literally be arming myself at this point. With great weapons. And I should go out there, and I should bloody fucking, you know, murder him for that. The problem is that would probably lead to a bit of a war, because they would be like,
Production has
"Rah,
been
those
disrupted."
freaking Westerners are attacking us." I would be sitting
Wanna
like,
clear out
yes.
the children? Then take them by Allah, and this present too. The main thing is that I don't get into any more trouble with the Grand Vizier because of you.
My God, the children look so exhausted.
They worked at a mine. Of course they would look exhausted.
Production has been disrupted.
It's like, what were you expecting? Put children into mine. Works well. Actually, before we had, you know, labor laws that actually prohibited that, wasn't that uncommon to have young person? Yeah. Not necessarily children, but very, very young persons to actually work. Even in mines. Which, you know, surprisingly horrible.
Children had to toil in a mine?
Yes, they had. I know, I'm as shocked as you. Why are we actually encouraging this? Why are we not arming our ships, and why do we not go over there and do horrible things to him? Questions. Many. Many questions indeed. But alas, no answer is forthcoming. Hello.
You shouldn't poke your nose too deeply into other people's affairs. It might just be that you will go missing next. Just like those children.
I'm not afraid of you.
I was afraid it wouldn't be that easy.
Hassan Ben Said conducts many shady business transactions, but trafficking in innocent children. I can't just stand by and do nothing any longer. Bring me weapons, and I'll give you a boarding crew.
He's like, bring me weapons. Okay, I mean, if you want to. Yeah, shit. I didn't actually wanted to throw that overboard ship. Please pick this up again. Can be carried aboard a ship in order the orient to purchase to limit ranks D, blah blah blah, orient buildings, a noble gesture of friendship, prestige, blah blah, right click to, yeah. Okay, so, and then, you know how that works, but I need weapons. And then, that's my island. That's the Grand Vizier's island. I must really be tired if I actually can't get that gun.
Have you brought weapons?
We should set off immediately.
Ah, have you brought a token of your friendship? Consider these building plans. Are you interested?
Yeah, buy my shit, please.
Splendid.
Okay, so now that I have a boarding party, I can probably board this ship. That's not necessarily a good idea.
There's still time.
Oh, the enemy!
By
Attack!
Allah, Hassan ben Said must release these children. I
Attack!
will make ships available to you. That will help make the Corsairs more amenable.
One of your ships is being attacked by Corsairs.
We're gonna board you. Look how cute. We actually have little lines now. We're dragging them in. Now, beat the living shit out of them. And
One
save
of your
the
plans.
children.
Lord, we did it. Now let's hurry up and get these children away from here before Hassan ben Said himself turns up here.
I also stole his ship. Ship successfully
Those
stolen.
dreadful Corsairs. Just look how frightened the children are. I want to make them forget this horror.
Do you now?
I had an arrangement with that Forcas fellow, and now you're attacking my ships. This means war.
Whoa!
The Corsair ships are well armed and their captains.
Those poor children.
I've been had. Your compatriots gave me those children, and
That devil, Hassan ben Said, is still holding some of the children prisoner. Let's destroy his ships. That'll make him think twice about refusing
Water
to
from
hand them
exchange
over.
for 3 tons of carpets. I'm actually producing carpets at this point. Requires silk and indigo. New fields require adequate fertility. Adequate fertility. The island looks a bit full though.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Okay, what else do we want? Build to walnuts as well for Corsair ships.
Ship ready.
Yep, ready. Okay, one of you is a transport ship. You are probably veered off at the sideline. You two are attack ships. Yeah, but I need to search fishes too, because it's actually not oh yeah, that's because it's a flagship. That explains why it's actually good at attacking.
Just look at these magnificent warships.
Yes. Magnificent. Come down here, little ships. Well, I think
Your water supplies are running out.
one of these ships has cattle.
Corsairs are attacking your ship.
Kaboom! Actually, they're taking their own ship.
Darn. Put up a really good fight against the Corsair.
Well, as I said, to be fair, they're taking their own ship. Their former own ship. Hellish
Enemies
creatures.
have destroyed one of the ships in your fleet. Corsairs are attacking your ship.
Bam, 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 bam.
hold your tongue.
You did it. You've sunk Hassan ben Said's fleet.
I
He
did.
can't pose a threat to us anymore.
We can only hope as much.
All right, you win. If these brats mean so much to you, come over here and get them. Have you finally come to pick up the brats?
The breath. Yes.
Upon my Corsair honor, I was promised the ships carrying those children as booty. But my
Oh,
business partner has already been sent for. He'll come and sort the matter out in person.
I have
And
some.
those appalling Corsairs never laid a hand on these innocent children. Bring them to me so that I can see for myself.
That poor ship. Only one of our ships actually got damaged, but it got damaged indeed.
Thank God. All the children have been rescued, thanks to your
Mhm.
extraordinary dedication.
Yeah,
I am
dedication.
most
Yes.
impressed.
The fact that I'm tired as fuck has probably something to do with that, but well, yeah, let's just call it dedication because I'm on the road of history.
Lucius and Phorcas must be stopped. I don't like to bother the Emperor in his sickbed, but he needs to know how this crusade is being used as an excuse for this outrage. We must set off for the east immediately and stop Phorcas.
I mean, he's probably a lot more harmless compared to, you know, the air-humping priest and his red-faced fellow. Hello there.
Nothing doing, Northborough. Your constant interference in his plans
There
has
he
been
is,
a
little
thorn
rat
in
face.
Cardinal Lucius's side for long enough. I will ensure that you won't ever get in our way again. You're under arrest.
For what?
And as for you, I'm not sure if I should pardon your naivety in following this traitor Northborough.
And
You are
is it?
released from your duties to the Crusade. Cardinal Lucius will decide your punishment.
He wanted to make me a really good big person in the Crusade thing. Last time we met. And then he was busy sitting in his little throne and thumping the air.
Enough, Forcas. You have what you want. I shall not resist. I hope you enjoy Lucius's approval for your heroic deed. And you, don't worry about me. Only you can still turn the tide. Find the Emperor. Stop this war.
Okay. Sounds easy enough. I'm just going to sail over there and be like, hey, Emperor, I know you don't know me and you have no reason to trust me, but don't go to war with the Orient, please. That's precisely how that is going to work, yes? Yes. Or. You have won. Yes, we can at least take a look at the next mission. See what's happening. Oh look, it's poor little Jeanne d'Arc knockoff. Because why not? Don't we all need a bit of Jeanne d'Arc in our life?
Huge warships drove their inexorable way southwards, heedless of the stormy seas. Marie d'Artois stood at the stern of the flagship. Straight and tall, Cardinal Lucius' red banner clenched firmly in her fist. It was she whom Guy Fawkes had assigned to command
Sounds like
the
a pain in
fleet
the ass.
vanguard. A clever move. The knights and seamen worshipped Marie as a saint, for in her presence all were free of any doubt and fear.
I still hate that
It would
word.
not be long before the Crusaders, armed to the teeth, would land on the shores of the Orient. The world teetered on the brink of disaster.
And all that stood between that disaster is me. Great, let the world be doomed then. I suppose.
Soon the entire Crusader army will gather here. But until then, God will guide our swords. Let us prepare the path for the Crusaders so that we can thrust our way into the heart of the Saracen Empire.
She looks really motivated about her job. She's like, yes, I like killing them. Sounds good.
The time is finally upon us, my faithful knights. The first battle is at hand, but this is no time for dithering. With cross and sword we shall carry out God's will. Attack!
Yep. She really is a bit of a zealot.
May Allah help us! The Blonde Commander is launching an attack! We have no troops to defend us! Run! Take cover!
Run for the hills. So why don't you have anything to defend yourself with? Are you an idiot? And then they just sail away instead of actually landing and taking the city over.
How could Allah allow this disaster to befall us? We are only sparsely armed, and the Sultan's fleet is far away. I beseech you, stop this crusade!
How do you imagine I will be able to do that?
Won't you give a couple of miserable souls shelter? What? We can stay? That's top, that is.
I'm just that much of a nice person, I know. Well,
Just look at all those refugees. They all want protection at my harbor, and the blazing sun is burning their skin. By Allah, can you at least help me get hold of some clothing for them?
I'm making it sound so easy. Well, I'm already in debt. In order to do that, I would need the pig farm, but that needs more
There doesn't seem
patricians.
to be anyone in your town who can produce leather clothing. Perhaps...
Perhaps we just need to grow a bit. Yes, indeed. We can get ropes on this island, so I guess we can actually set up a bit of a production for that.
There doesn't seem to be anyone in your town who can produce leather clothing. Perhaps that will change once your town grows a little larger.
No reason to repeat yourself, I heard you the first time. Okay, game, at this point you're just fucking with me, aren't ya? Game's like, no, 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 let me be a bitch about it. Let me be mean about it. Are you kidding me? No, but you too. Alright, start producing beer so my people are getting happy. And that's probably going to take a while. Still pissed off with that though. Okay, so no matter how I do this, this is going to look horrible. Show no choice, basically, is what it's saying. Okay, game. If you want
I
to be like
hope
this.
the climb up to the monastery was not too arduous.
Not really, because I'm not climbing up there. I have better things to do. Well then, look at that. Patricians are getting their beer. They're happy, little patricians, and they will get ever happier the more beer we give them. Now, it's gonna take a while until the beer is actually flowing, and well, considering my nature, I would like to take care of that, very much so. That means we need at least another production of the good old beer. I mean, also, you know, very, very important. Oops, that was the wrong building. That, however, is the right building. But that should be more than enough in the way of beer to actually fulfill their need. Well, in the long run that is, because it's still going to take bloody fucking forever. Now, how about my other people? Other people are, reasonably speaking, happy.
Production has been disrupted.
Why? Because you're missing wheat. Okay. Not a problem. You need more wheat, you will get more wheat. It would probably not actually be a bad idea to get this done directly here, if we can. Wow. Can't you do this a bit more elegant, game? Well, apparently not. Apparently, we're screwed. Making my life difficult, game. I'm doing this on purpose, aren't you? But at this point, it's really hard to argue that it's not doing it on purpose, so... I appreciate this. But yeah, that should help. We shall get all of the wheat we need to start producing the beer soonish. Potentially, maybe. And we'll wait until my patricians are ever more happy. And we might tax you a bit more because we're making actually a minus. Room, 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 beer goes. Beer goes flowing. Flowing into the mouths of the happy
We've
little
really landed on
patricians.
our feet here.
Yeah, well, hope so actually. We don't have many alternatives at this point. We're kind of stuck in this particular case. Still. I do have a sneaking suspicion that we're supposed to be doing shit here soonish. Yeah, it's probably gonna end up having to do some horrible nonsense here, don't I? Oh, I can already foresee it. And we're still not really producing enough, eh? Yeah, because you are not actually getting enough wheat, which means we're actually not producing enough wheat to actually store it and give it out, I suppose. Or maybe we slowly, ever so slowly start with it. Because technically you're close enough to the warehouse to get some resources out of that. Technically. One of those nice little technicalities. It's like, yes, should, could. For some statistical reason. My music has once again decided to just fuck off. Can't have that. Oh, hello there, little koi. Hey, fish, how are you? These finest of days. While we are thinking very heartily of the poor children. I'm trying to save the lasses from being, you know, enslaved by the church. Nobody was surprised, ever. In fact, we're still making a minus. It's not a good thing. Really not a good thing. Trying to learn this game. I mean, not a bad goal. I mean, in general speaking, the Anno games are not necessarily difficult. It's basically just a simple combination of different little chains of produce this so you get resources, then use those resources to produce cooler things. And then there's, of course, you know, certain patterns that you can use. Don't build randomly like me, that's not a good idea. And it's however fun.
Attack my faithful knights for God and the Emperor!
Then you get hysteric bitches like this. Because yeah, why not, I suppose.
By Allah! The Occidental fleet is attacking my plantations. But they're just simple date pickers, unarmed and unprotected. I beg you, help us!
I mean, to be fair, if I had to decide a goal for my first stride and to motivate my troops, a simple and easy to, you know, achieve goal, like murdering some poor little farmers, is probably not a bad move. Sounds a bit hard, I know, but you know. An army very much marches also on its motivation and its morale, and its morale would be quite a bit higher by an easy victory. And I bet what's to come, basically. Now then, are you people? Yes. Actually reaching a point where we are running out of resources. Do I need to deal with this? The problem is, like, at this point, kinda would have to build up this island a bit, and honestly, I would probably actually prefer to start again and set things up immediately a bit bigger. Just so I can actually plan for the future, because what we have in people here right now is not going to be actually enough to get myself to the I don't even know how many I need. 690 patricians. Oh, maybe should be able to barely scrap by.
You have a wider range of buildings available to you.
Yep, I can.
Look what we have here. We appear to have found someone who can manufacture leather producing leather jerkins is an expensive business and also calls for lots of fresh water. But I believe there is an island with a river on it in the northeast.
Build the following buildings on the island. 1 tannery, 1 pig farm, 1 salt mine, 1 salt works, 1 charcoal burner. Jesus Christ. But yeah, before I would do this, I would definitely have to secure this island a bit more. Probably set it up a bit nicer too, because, well, for the moment I have some very wasteful buildings where I can't even use my farm sufficiently. It's really not something you want to do, because it's just wasteful. Honestly, if I weren't nearly as tired, I would probably give a bit more of a shit about that, because that ain't good. Put it mildly. Yeah, I probably will have to, at least to some degree, redo this a bit nicer. I don't really like how the whole thing is set up already. Not really, at the very least. And this production uses resources from warehouses. It actually depends. There are 2 ways you get resources transported. So take, for example, my little wheat here. This farm produces wheat. Not very much, because it only has 2 of its fields, but it produces wheat. This here is a brewery. Now my brewery needs, as you can see, herbs and wheat. So as long as it's in this area, it can actually get directly from the wheat farm and from the herb garden. But if we take this, for example, which is outside of the wheat area, it actually needs delivery from the buildings, from the warehouses. So you can actually get your resources from warehouses. That's the option. Although, to be fair, in order to do that, we would actually need a good amount of them resources. But yeah, should work. I should really set this up better, because this is just wasteful. It gives me eye cancer, which is why I'm not going to look at it. Actually, same with down. There's a river here. We could actually use that river, couldn't we? Are there... Yeah, they're probably one of, or at least a few of those that actually require probably a river too. I don't really remember too well, because, well, recently I've only ever played Anno 1800, so I'm kinda used to, you know, a few nice things in life, like road building. I would like to just drag, but no, the game is like, no. You actually need to click. Kinda the disadvantage of the older ones. Some of the ease of life things are just not there yet. It could be worse, to be fair. But yeah. I don't know, it's still a fun little game. But yeah, I will definitely let's actually do this. Okay, so can I take an iron mine, connect it to a storage, and then pull the iron one from storage? You can. You can, for example, I could just set up a nice little, that's stone. Do I have some open iron? No, I don't. Yeah, but you can actually do that. You can just set an iron mine and a storehouse nearby, so that the iron gets stored, and then you can set up a little iron thingy to produce actual iron somewhere else and have it choose there. That's not a problem. Technically, you could also use other islands for resources alone, or for medium production, because some have longer chains. For example, tools is an end product. In this one, in order to get tools, you require iron, and in order to get iron, you need coal and iron ore. What you could do is, for example, you could set up an island where you produce just ore, the charcoal, then get it to here, and then you can start producing the iron here and turn it into tools. Or you could go one step further, go on another island, actually produce the iron and then ship that over and turn it into tools. It's all options. But yes, point is, your warehouses are there to collect resources and distribute from where there. Well, language difficult. And as for iron and stone, then shipping to the main base too. Yeah, basically, that works. Honestly, I would say a lot of the management actually comes from a lot more good space management. For example, if this is my little main island, and I don't really want to have everything on my main island because that's just a waste of space that I could use otherwise. So for example, I could outsource my tool making to some other island. Because in this game, actually, a bit different to 1800, you don't actually have you don't need a workforce here. Bit unrealistic, but basically, even if there are no houses here, if nobody's living here, quote unquote, I can still run farms, I can still run mines, I can still run tool makers.
One of your plants has stopped
No
producing
problem.
goods.
So I played that game was Anno 1602, and it was a very long time ago. I know that feeling. I know that feeling well. Yeah, you do that. Just hope that you're not staying away too long, because I will actually probably end it rather soonish. I am really tired today. Which is not good, because that means I get even more eye cancer if I look at all of the nonsense I do. Normally I can overlook it and be like, ah, yeah, all fun and dandy, but for fuck's sake, no. Also, I still need... Do I still need to do that? I'm pretty sure I already... I should probably check if I actually did that. Might actually still have something to do. What are a few goods?
You have sighted new land.
Now I'm getting overly suspicious of my actions. Ah, well. Well, no matter, it's not that bad. Better tidings are ahead in this fine week of ours. Here's a bit of exploration. Couldn't really hurt. Grain deposit. That's actually rather important. We want to make lead and stuff. Yeah, I can already see how this map is panning out. Basically, this is going to be for all of the resources you need for the patricians, basically. That's gonna be everything on here. I mean, there's stuff like that. Like that beer cave. I can probably get all of the other things there too, can't I? I probably actually can. Have some exotic stuff. Mmm, tasty. But yeah. Finish a bit of exploration and then we shall end it nice and peacefully because, well, the tiredness. Tiredness is real on this fine day. Like, there's only one recipe really against. I mean, technically speaking, there are multiple recipes that you can deal with tiredness. Well, one would be.
Won't you give a couple of miserable souls shelter?
Yeah, sure.
What? We can stay?
If you ask me again, I'm
Hands
not going to
top,
say
that
yes.
is.
But yeah, I could consume a massive amount of caffeine, but, well, since I'm already doing it pretty much each and every day anyway. It's man without this caffeine. Not much, I tell ya.
You have sighted new land.
So I'd rather avoid that and actually do the more healthy approach of, you know, sleeping a few
You have
extra
stumbled
hours.
across another player.
Well, I would if I wouldn't have to get up at fucking 5 in the morning.
You have stumbled across another player.
Well, you know, as they say, no rest for the wicked and all of that. Quite the true statement. Quite the true statement. Yeah, I also need to make myself a nice little note that I actually redo this
Production has been disrupted.
and make it look a bit nicer. Not nearly as cancerous. But man.
Production has been disrupted.
Exploration. Wild, 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 wild. Seas. Shut up, kitty. Oh no, shut up. Not Mao. Mao's not shut up. You see, Kitty disapproves. Kitty is of a whole nother opinion, and he very much thinks that that is a clear-cut shut up. You're like, Mao, Mao. Well, I mean, yes, he has to try. Like, I want more snacks. Why is there no snack? Ah, mostly because he has been getting a bit fat, and that's why he doesn't get nearly as many snacks as he would. But hey, to be fair, I also don't get all of the snacks I want, so, you know, fair's fair.
Production has been disrupted.
Meow. Meow.
Land ahoy!
Yeah, quite a few uninhabited islands here. Ooh. Grapes. You could make wine. Hello, little crusader lady. I'm totally not obsessed. Maybe she's just wearing her chastity belt a bit too tight. Maybe it has done some horrible things to her nuts. But that's why she's so crazy. Who knows?
Production has been disrupted.
I know, game. You're telling me that because my stores are full, because I'm not actually using the resources I'm producing. I know, I know. Don't be so judgmental, game.
Land sighted.
Okay, quite a few islands on this one. That's actually good because that means I can actually get myself a nice little overlook of what actually is there, so I can plan ahead a bit better. We shall take an educated look. Well, come over here, little ship. Come on, ship. I believe in your speed, or something. I mean, it's quite literally called a comet. Should be fast. Should be fast indeed. And we shall, well, claim victory in one way or another. I mean, we did finish one map, and I will claim victory over the fog of war at least. Which in of itself is rather useful. Oh, I can see. There's a part I can't see. That I don't like. No. Why my ship would deliberately move through these shallows and risk actually running aground is beyond me, but, well, I mean, I'm sure the captain has a good explanation for his behavior. Other than, you know, he magically knows that he's not going to run aground because, well, game logic dictates that he's not. Now then, finally take a bit of a look around. Let's see here. What do we have here? That's one of the captured islands. That's just a large reef. That's not going to help me. Center of Wisdom. I have some doubts about that definition. Pearl Reef. Wadi Al-Mut. Ah.
Please don't forget that countless refugees are waiting for those leather jerkins.
Yes, 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 I haven't forgotten. And we can actually cultivate silk. I mean, that's not a bad deal. Silk is rather neat. I also do think it's a rather nicely priced good, as far as I'm aware. And then we have this one. So basically you're supposed to be going over to this one, and actually it's pretty good because we can actually get cider here, so I can probably substitute a bit of the cider production on the main island. Outsource that to here because, well, it does take some space. Apart from that, I can also get bees. I would be assuming that you can cultivate bees on the main island too, but not according to the game, no. Apparently very different climate on those islands. Apparently. Well, who knows? Who knows, indeed. But yeah, I think I will do as I said, and I will end it here. I do feel a little ice burning. Like, I would like to close now. I would like to close shop. Could you please allow this? The brain's like, nope. Need to watch the monitor. There could be something on there. Might want to see. Yeah, since the situation is not the greatest, let me carefully look over my notes for a second or two, because there's quite a bit of a chance that I will miss something else. I would like to write down some more notes, mostly about how we're actually gonna do the deal with that freaking holiday, or if we actually have to deal with it even better. Because if we had nothing, that'd be amazing. Okay, let's put that note aside for a moment. So, network related, half. The other half being fun related, which is a lot more motivating. And what else do I have here? That was about the mod, but someone namely the Lord already looked it up, and that makes it a lot easier. I can scratch that one, and oh yeah, there's actually my notes on Victoria too. Really should find some time to play that a bit more. Time. Time is the only thing I don't have. At least not nearly as much as I would like. But yeah, I think I don't actually have anything too pressing that needs to be talked about, so we shall take the break here. Make the cut for the moment. We finished one level, we started on another one. I will do it a bit more nicer looking and a bit more organized. I'll probably tomorrow do my lunch break, because I will actually be at home for once. Because my lunch break is actually rather long tomorrow. A whole whooping 2 hours. Means if I take travel time out of that, that's still over an hour. Since I can't quite literally eat my lunch for tomorrow, which is only going to be 2 slices of bread with some stuff on it with one hand, I can probably use the other hand to rebuild this in a bit more shiny and nice looking fashion. So there's that, so that next time we start, we can actually start from a bit of a better position and focus a bit more on the missions then immediately.
Game save.
Yeah, thanks game. Sounds like good plan so far. Yes. We may have a bit of a special longer stream on Wednesday. I will not make that into a promise just yet, because yeah, still depends a bit, but I'll try my bestest. My very, very bestest. Test. And hope for the best, basically, because, well, that's all I can do at the moment. I really like to prioritize my gaming, but that's sadly not how reality works. When it comes to that particular nonsense, reality can be quite a bit of a bitch. Sadly. Very much sadly so. But yes, alas. I shall, with those very nice and polite words, bid you adieu for the moment. Have a good one and all of that, and I shall look and see what I can find and name on the left side. Starting, we have... Well, first and foremost, we have the little Kronos. Try to tell me about, well, the... I was about to say brother out of steel, but, well, technically speaking, the sister out of steel that he has founded. That's one interesting hell of a nonsense. Definitely also need to... Yeah, I have so many things I want to look into, and I think we have no time for that. Next in line, we have the strategy member, coming by to be a mean little person. Especially to children. He shall be forever burning hell for that particularly, but I'm sure he will survive that. Next in line, we have the little Kai, who also came by, and he's now playing the game, and I do hope he's enjoying himself. Also, I am very much sorry if come back to the stream being over already, because, well, the tiredness is real, very real, and I promise a bit of a longer and more relaxed one starting tomorrow. Or so I hope. At the very least I can hope. I can't take that from me now, can they? But yes, that's everyone on the left side. On the right side I see... well, no one. That makes it very easy, obviously. As for the others, the more lurking kind, do feel appreciated too. Pat yourself on the shoulder for a job well done indeed, and well, I do hope to see you again soon. By soon I do mean tomorrow. As well, this has been happening pretty much every day for quite a while now, and I don't feel any need to stop doing it. Where would all of my entertainment come from if I just suddenly started stop doing this? Nah, let's not even think about that. Yes, with that, once again, have a good one and